Thanks for joining us on this edition of National Focus. I'm Kerdisha St. Coming up, Dominica joins the rest of the globe in observance of World AIDS Day. Honorable Minister for Health proposes improved emergency response system, and NEP interns are better equipped for work. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
Child abuse is unacceptable. Child abuse is not cultural, it is criminal. And one child abuse is one too many.
For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Thanks for staying with us. Honorable Prime Minister and Chairman of CARICOM, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, says the late Fidel Castro was an iconic political giant in the second half of the 20th century. Honorable Skerrit was paying tribute to the deceased leader during a mass rally held at Jose Marti Revolution Square in Havana, Cuba on Tuesday night.
Cuba now mourns the loss of a great leader, teacher and father. We share the pain and emptiness that you feel, for we have lost a faithful and valued friend. His memory lives on in our mission to provide for people and to build a world in which justice, fairness, and peace prevail. Fidel Castro was a man of his time and used the tools available to deal with the realities faced by Cuba in the fight against injustice and oppression. As for me, I have lost a friend and a great teacher, a man who had a genuine interest in the peculiar challenges besetting small island states and who readily assisted, not only in thought and talk, but in deed. The Commonwealth of Dominica shall, at the appropriate time, act decisively to ensure that his contribution to our island and region, and indeed to humanity, is memorialized for the enlightenment of future generations. Rest, my brother, rest peacefully.
Hermano mío, con todo respeto, descanse usted en paz.
Hasta la victoria siempre, Fidel. Vas bien, Fidel. Viva la revolución cubana.
The former Cuban leader passed away last Friday at the age of 90. In more news, interns employed under the National Employment Program are currently attending a series of training sessions organized by the NEP. Several topics are being covered, including professional development, basic communication techniques, resume writing, interview techniques, management skills, and consumer relations, among others. The training is funded by the Organization of American States, OAS, in collaboration with the government of Dominica. NEP Employment Officer Valdis Deja outlined the objectives of the training.
The objective of this training is to assist interns to develop competencies, life skills, and professionalism for personal development and career management. It is our hope that you all will utilize the knowledge taught here today and at the other sessions to the best of your ability and for future enhancement.
NEP Coordinator Emmeline Burnett Honoré stated that the sessions are important for the interns' personal development.
It is, however, proven and recognized that effective training of employees is important for transitional success. Hence the reason for this series of training sessions funded by the Organization of American States, the OAS, in collaboration with the government of Dominica. The participants were selected from the pool of interns engaged in the private and public sectors.
The National Employment Program began in December 2013, and 1,600 interns are enrolled under the various components of the program. The series of training targets 258 interns and will span over a period of 4 days. The Honorable Minister for Health, Dr. Kenneth Daru, is proposing an improved emergency response system following his attendance at the 6th Caribbean-South Korean Partnership Forum on October 26. The forum was held under the theme Enhancing Korea-Caribbean Partnership on Climate Change and Food Security. Dr. Daru stated that the issues of disaster risk, early warning systems, climate change and health dominated the agenda. On the topic of early warning systems, Dr. Daru indicated that a proposal for an improved emergency response system has been presented to the Honorable Prime Minister.
Based on what my bilateral discussions with the Koreans, that I don't think it's too aggressive to probably propose probably some airlifting. I think it's something that during, especially in the immediate hours post-tropical America, that was a tremendous source of frustration to me, being on the ground and paramedic medical doctor, where we had to rely on outside sources to help with the airlifting. And at times these services were not available. They were probably diverted otherwise. We knew that there were some French visitors, I remember, at Jungle Bay, that the French then diverted the services to give, of course, to give the citizens priority, evacuation, etc. So I don't think it would be too aggressive. I believe in aiming high.
The minister revealed the source of the model for the improved response system.
One of the presenters, the South Korean presenters to the conference, was where they have a very advanced, technologically advanced early warning system, which I think would do well, not just for Dominica, but for the sub-region or even the wider CARICOM region. I think it's something that we can pursue even as a block instead of as an individual country, because we are probably setting up one of these systems. We are a small region. The Caribbean Basin is pretty small. It is the one that takes 2 days to travel, make it look like, we're so much of a huge geographical space, but we've just setting up in one island can serve a number of the Caribbean countries. This is something I'm very much interested in.
The Honorable Environment Minister expressed that if this is pursued aggressively, Dominica will be successful in achieving its desired goals.
I've already spoken to the Office of Disaster, that's Mr. Shillingford, Disaster Management, ODM, to put a proposal, a very aggressive proposal that pertains to also search and rescue and also the issue of airlifting. And I did my research, and they manufacture helicopters in South Korea, so I don't think it would be too aggressive to see if they can provide a few for the sub-region. And as I said, the issue of the technology in terms of early warning systems, they have a very advanced one. I think it's something that we can do it.
Dr. Daru says that South Korea has been making a steady contribution to Dominica throughout the years, most specifically to the Ministry of National Security. The South Korean government intends to increase partnership with the Caribbean.
South Korea currently is the world's, I think, 11th largest economy. And if you look at the before and after pictures of South Korea following the Japanese occupation, I think the past 40 years, you will see how they've leapt, actually, quantum leapt into development. So they've been looking, they've been having these annual meetings with Caribbean leaders, where they're basically asking how can they help improve in the Caribbean.
The Commonwealth of Dominica and the Republic of Korea formalized bilateral relations in 1978, 1 year after Dominica's independence. In more news, the Caribbean Agriculture Research and Development Institute, CARDI, and the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture teamed up with the Dominica State College on Wednesday to conduct an experimental comparison between mechanical and manual tilling. This experiment falls under Component 2 of the Intra-ACP Agriculture Policy Program, a program which seeks to enhance the capabilities of small farmers with a view to eradicating poverty in CARIFORUM countries. Component 2 deals with the transfer of technology.
Our purpose here today is to actually test the efficiency of a handheld tractor in comparison to manual labor. What we will do today is we will actually cut the greenhouse, well, the area, into 2 sections, 10 by 30 feet. And the students will be utilizing mechanical tools such as the forks and hose, and we will test the efficiency, the speed at which they will complete the task as comparison to the handheld tiller.
Dominica's Cardi representative Dorian Etienne says the youth were especially targeted to demonstrate the benefits of using appropriate small machinery in farming as opposed to the traditional methods of tilling. He says under the program, Cardi has also identified intensive labor as one of the deterrents to farming. He hopes that showing young aspiring farmers the efficiency of using machinery will make the trade more attractive. The Intra-ACP APP is funded under the 10th European Development Fund. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I had a bleeding disorder that I did not know about, and they had to be transfusing me continuously. I got 56 units.
Being there at the blood bank, I was like, yo, I'm actually saving someone's life.
You never know when you can go.
Give blood. I have done it, and believe it or not, it don't hurt.
I won't be scared. I'll give. You know you're gonna give blood. I'll make sure she does.
Sit down at the blood bank in a comfortable environment for 45 minutes.
Helping people.
You are stimulating your body to make brand new cells.
You get free cookies, you get juice.
Glad to know your blood group. Feels good.
I felt as a better person.
It's a good thing to be alive, and I can thank God that I'm there and I'm enjoying life.
Welcome back. Dominica joined the rest of the world on Thursday in the observance of a World AIDS Day. As part of the local observance, the Dominica Planned Parenthood Association and the National HIV/AIDS Response Unit has collaborated to host free counseling, HIV/AIDS testing, and pap smears. GIS News visited the parking lot of the Planned Parenthood office in Roseau on Thursday, where a mini health fair was being hosted. The executive director of the Dominica Planned Parenthood Association, Marilyn Richards, told GIS News the purpose of the day's activities.
HIV is kind of on the down low, and we're trying to raise awareness, not just for HIV, but also for the other STIs, protect themselves, and we're doing hands up for HIV this time around with PanCap. We're doing free pap smears upstairs, and we're also advising persons, even if you are on a contraceptive method, to do dual protection, because the condoms protect you from STIs and HIV/AIDS.
The world is embarking on a fast-track strategy to end AIDS by 2030. To reach this visionary goal after almost 3 decades of the most serious epidemic in living memory, countries will need to use the powerful tools available, hold one another accountable for results, and make sure that no one is left behind. In more news, November 30th marked the official end of the 2016 hurricane season. The Atlantic hurricane season officially runs from June 1st to November 30th each year. The 2016 hurricane season was the most active and costliest since 2012, as well as the deadliest since 2005. This was a slightly above average season that produced a total of 15 named storms, 7 hurricanes, and 3 major hurricanes. The strongest hurricane this season was Matthew, packing winds of 106 miles per hour at its peak. It was reported that there were 1,700 fatalities and damage excess of $11 billion this year. Officials of the Office of Disaster Management have, however, cautioned the public that they should not drop their guard during this period, as there are other weather features which can be experienced during this period. And finally, this news time, Acting Director of the Bureau of Gender Affairs, Kira Paul, has called on nationals to support the Bureau's 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence project. Paul made the appeal as she addressed the Bureau's first ever Gender Self-Exploration Tour at the Dominica State College on Tuesday.
It's an activity that is an observance, that is calling for activism of all, including the state, civil society, private sector, at all levels, whether it's at the political level, whether it's at the community level, in the workplace, in the home, in the church. And so we have a calendar of activities, and we're trying to engage as much as possible, a wider section of society as much as possible. So we have the youth, we have the men, we have the church community, we have the schools as well.
In related news, the president of the Youth Advocacy Movement of Dominica and the youth representative of the Dominica Planned Parenthood Association, Kerdisha St, gave details of the Leve Dominic campaign. It's one of the several activities being held to observe the Bureau's 16 days of activism against gender-based violence.
Gender-based violence is one of the most prevalent human rights violations in the world. It basically threatens the safety, security, dignity, and the sexual and reproductive health and rights of women. We decided to launch the Leve Dominic campaign on Sunday after the Life in Leggings campaign, which was started by Ronald King in Barbados, was launched. We decided that Dominican women needed a platform to speak up and speak out about their abuse, about their sexual harassment experiences, rape, marital rape, and other things.
When asked how the experience has been with the victims sharing their stories, Moore had this to say.
It has been very disheartening. Too many times we sit back and we think that maybe one or two people are going through this experience, but we get to know, after these stories have been posted, we get to know that so many more people are going through things that we may be going through, that other people are experiencing these horrific acts, these tragic experiences, most of them as children.
She explains what is next for the victims.
A lot of the women, most of them, they have not received any form of counseling because they have kept this hidden inside. They have kept this away from their parents, from authorities. So what we are trying to do is trying to help them through counseling. We will speak to them, we will encourage them, we will support them in an effort to wholesomely empower them. My message to you is to come out, to speak out. If you are scared, we will help you. We will post anonymously. You can speak to a friend who you trust, who you confide in, and they will send us the messages. No one has to know your name. We are all here to support you.
That's news. Mc Pherson St. Luce is up next with the Creole highlights.
Protection from abuse is every child's right. Everyone has a shared responsibility in protecting the child from abuse.
Mothers, believe your children when they say they've been abused, and follow through with child abuse cases when they've been reported.
For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à ce nouvel en créole. Non, moi, c'est Mc Pherson St. Premièrement, Premier ministre Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerritt, qui a fait parole qui est bien privilège pour parler contre l'ancien président Fidel Castro, qu'on un bon ami. Honorable Skerritt fait parole cela pendant qu'il a adressé une grande cérémonie en mémoire fidèle à l'occasion Plaza Révolution Rosemati en Havana Madi. Il est histoire qui a toujours montré qu'il est content qu'à passer. Il y a des gens qui ont bien au bout au compte oppression et puis abysme. Et puis Fidel Castro c'était yon di yo. Honorable Skerritt dit il bien privilège pour que Castro un bon ami et puis un bon mentor. Ça c'est un homme où ça dépend à sous. Premier ministre a dit pour plus que 50 l'année, révolution Cuba de bout au compte embargo qui pas juste, bagay qui coûte peuple Cuba autant billions de dollars. Honorable Skerritt aussi applaudi Castro pour contribution secteur santé en Wisla. En nouvelle, département quarantine recevait équipement pour conduire pest risk analysis. Ça c'est pour monitorer bagay manger qui a rentré en pays. Parole celle-là sorti au chef département quarantine Dominic Missing Ran Ansem.
Moun ka vini a Plan Protection and Quarantine Division. Eve Noël ka vini, eve moun li ham yo, teki yo. Eve sa nou ka fe, eve pas seulement quarantine, mais livestock, nous avons fait ça qui est anglais, pest risk analysis. Nous avons fait ça parce que nous les manger à venir. Manger à moi parler côté fouilla, fruits and vegetables qu'on dit en anglais, c'est apples là, grapes là, hammer turkey moun. Pour moun manger ça, yo pas qui tomber malade. Nous mener Dominique, il pas qui mener maladie. So nous avons fait un assessment pour nous garder comment ça va venir sans maladie.
OECS Commission qui a financé le projet cela. Mais c'est ensemble ni bon avec pour monde.
Nous bien contents OECS Commission qui a nous support, il y a nous équipement pour nous aider nous faire persuasion analysis ça là. Support ça il y a nous c'est l'argent qui tapé European Union. Il y a nous computer, il y a nous printer pour nous aider nous train staff là pour aider nous faire persuasion analysis. Il y a un bagage moi toujours cas des monde maladie Tibet passe pour passeport yo venir Dominique yo passe monter en avion venir Dominique c'est monde qui pour mener nous les dit monde yo ka pour plein yo bagage yo pas mener bagage en sous question passer oui déclarer parce que on mener ça sous ça exemple black cigato ka giant African snail ça ka fait on patche l'argent pour nous détruire ça.
En la nouvelle, mon qui a une position comme Premier ministre Honorable Ribbon Blackmore, qui a fait parole qui Dominique bien parlé pour one support pour gouvernement et puis Pep St. Vincent et puis Grenadines, qui souffre mauvais blast, sinon un mauvais coup de temps, qui dommage pays Salamani. Plusieurs maisons et puis infrastructure, ça des bagailles comme pont et puis chimé, tapé mauvais blast, hors coup de temps. Honorable Blackmore dit nous et aussi expériencer court salam malgré nous partir ni mauvais dommage. Information montre que 15 maisons tapées blast pont bien affecté qu'a fait difficile pour moun voyager, système de l'eau et puis light bien affecté aussi. Quand même Honorable Blackmore bien plaisir que personne moun pas perdre la vie ailleurs. Et de Dominique Kadoubou en solidarité et puis St. Vincent et puis Grenadines en temps difficile ça là. Et puis finalement, l'association Dominica Guild of Cuban Graduates, qui a gardé devant pour embargo US, ça c'est l'Amérique au compte Cuba, a arrêté immédiatement. Parole Salam sorti officier association Salam, Dr. Damien Dublin.
Moi, je pressure qu'il a tous ces différents pays et qui fait sortir. Et mon cas, même si question à présent, c'est Cuban, le système là, tellement bien organisé, qui m'a croyé que change rien. Puis c'est Raoul là, et puis Raoul, j'ai commencé à changer bitin, faire bitin plus aisé, puis moun, à présent, ça, pour téléphone, qui est Cuba direct, avant, on partait à faire ça. So, bitin a changé, Internet, tout ça communiquer, puis moun plus libre pour aller, pour voyager, moun qui voyager, normal, quand avant été un petit peu plus difficile.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour présent. Non, moi c'est Mc Pherson St. Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, your tip of the day. Our tip today is about dealing with anger by always fighting fair. It's okay to be upset at someone, but if you don't fight fair, the relationship will quickly break down. Fighting fair allows you to express your own needs while still respecting others. Once you are in the heat of arguing, it's easy to start throwing past grievances into the mix. Rather than looking at the past and assigning blame, focus on what you can do in the present to solve the problem. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Kerdisha St. Thanks for watching.